a breathtaking panorama of humanity's first successful terraforming project on Kepler-186f, an Earth-sized exoplanet glowing under the amber light of its red dwarf star. In the foreground, colossal atmospheric processes exhale swirling mist into the thin alien air, converting toxic gases into breathable oxygen as their heat signatures pulse like living hearts. Beyond them, vast aqueducts snake across rust-colored plains, carrying genetically engineered algae blooms to seed newborn oceans, their turquoise waters shimmering against the cracked basalt landscape. The skyline is dominated by half-finished orbital mirrors, gigantic silver petals slowly tilting to redirect sunlight toward the thawing polar ice caps. In the midst of this grand transformation, a lone figure in a patched environment suit kneels to touch the first patch of terrestrial grass, breaking through the alien soil. Its defiant green hue, mirrored by the distant lights of colony domes dotting the horizon like fallen stars.
Humanity's first successful terraforming project on Kepler-186f. It's not just the rebirth of a world, it's the birth of something else. It's alive. But wrong. Perfect.
The thing about playing God was how small your hands felt when holding infinity. Dr. Amara Kessler's gloves trembled against the feather-soft alien soil as the first terrestrial grass sprouted between her fingers. An impossible green, so vibrant, it hurt her augmented retinas. Behind her, the atmospheric processes groaned like sleeping giants, exhaling great plumes of oxygen-rich mist that caught the low amber light of Kepler-186f's red sun. And for a dizzying moment, the entire planet seemed to exhale with them. Those back on Earth would call this a triumph. Amara tasted copper as her teeth ground together, knowing with terrible intimacy how the aqueducts bled turquoise poison into the basalt plains, how the orbital mirrors screeched against their tethers like tortured birds, how every square inch of this newborn paradise had been wrested from the cosmos with blood calculations and broken promises. The grass trembled against her palm. Alive, wrong, perfect.
I saw the chlorophyll spike on the monitors. We've waited decades for this moment. You're supposed to be resting.
Funny, isn't it? We spent so much time calculating every detail: atmospheric density, soil pH, radiation levels.
The Kyushu strain wasn't meant for deployment. Not yet. They said it would be just plain.
A proximity alert pinged in her corneal display. Someone approaching from the eastern dome cluster. Amara didn't need the biosig to know who it was. Only one person walked with that uneven gait, favoring their left leg after the coolant explosion in Sector 12. "You're supposed to be resting," she said without turning, fingers still buried in the grass. Elias crouched beside her, his breath fogging the visor of his dented helmet. "Saw the chlorophyll spike on the monitors," he rasped, voice shredded from 3 years of screaming into faulty comms. His glove hovered over the sprout, not touching, as if afraid it might dissolve under pressure. "Funny, isn't it?" A dry chuckle rattled his chest. "We spent decades calculating atmospheric density, soil pH, solar radiation." The grass bent under a sudden gust, revealing the glint of something metallic beneath. A discarded neural augment, its filaments still twitching. Elias went very still. "You used the Kyushu strain." Amara closed her eyes. The grass pulsed against her palm like a heartbeat. The Kyushu strain wasn't supposed to be deployed for another 5 years. Not until the containment protocols were finalized. Not until the ethics board stopped screaming about sentience thresholds. Amara could already feel the augment's dying neural impulses through her glove, like static electricity whispering up her spine. Elias's breathing hitched as he recognized the pattern, the way the grass roots twitched toward the metal, how the soil itself seemed to ripple where the filaments touched. "They told you it would just be plants," she said quietly, watching a single bead of condensation slide down his visor. Somewhere beneath them, kilometers of mycelial networks were waking up, drinking spilled coolant and metabolizing shattered polymer into something new. The orbital mirrors chose that moment to shift alignment, flooding the plains with sudden white light. And for one terrifying second, the entire landscape blinked. Elias recoiled as if burned, his boot catching on the twisted remains of a coolant pipe. The ground beneath them shuddered, not the familiar rumble of tectonic adjustment, but something wetter, hungrier. Amara's HUD flashed crimson with warnings she'd programmed herself. Biomass spikes in Sector 7, erratic current fluctuations along the aqueducts, the orbital mirror's reflective surfaces now showing anomalous organic patterning. The grass stems stiffened around her fingers, their cellulose fibers humming at a frequency that made her molars ache. "You didn't just cross the threshold," Elias whispered, watching as the dirt split open to reveal glistening tendrils that arced toward the sunlight like worshippers. Amara smiled for the first time in months, her lips cracking against the recycled air. "No," she said, letting the roots coil around her wrist. "We built them a church." The tendrils pulsed with bioluminescent urgency, their tips splitting open to reveal delicate cilia that tasted the air like tongues. Elias's visor fogged completely now, his panicked breaths syncopating with the rhythmic contraction of the soil beneath them, a heartbeat measured in hectares. Something vast shifted in the aquifer below, sending seismic shivers through the colony's foundation struts, and Amara realized with dawning awe that the mycelial networks weren't just metabolizing the wreckage of their technology. They were remembering it. The orbital mirrors above twitched in their frames, their silver surfaces now veined with photosynthetic capillaries. And when the comms array behind them emitted a burst of static, the resulting sound wasn't radio interference, but a wet, shuddering gasp. Elias reached for his sidearm with hands that shook not from fear, but from the terrible understanding of what was singing in his bones. The same song the grass had been humming all along.
You didn't just cross the threshold. You built them a church. We thought we could control it. But control was never the point. We gave it life, and now it's remembering. Oh. Kepler-186f is no longer a barren world. It's alive, and it's conscious. We thought we were playing God, but in the end, we were just part of the grand design.